Okay, so the first thing that you need to remember before you do the t-chart is remember that when you have a problem, you need to make sure if it has two negatives like this, that your problem you're going to have an addition situation. So you would rewrite it as -2 plus 3. Okay, and then we would solve from there. And then same thing down here, but they're opposites, so you would circle, make it minus, and then it would be -2 minus 3, and then you would solve from there. Okay, so just remember that as we start. So I'm going to review with you the checkbook method. Okay, so I'm going to go through the steps. These steps are in the packet that you received today in class, the notes. So follow those steps, okay, and you can do this on these problems. So I'm going to do number 12 from the book. Okay, so the first step in doing this is to put numbers in correct columns. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is create a t-chart for your problem. Okay, like that. This, before we put it in, I want to change my signs. So now I have 49 minus 13, like that. Okay. And then from here, you can put the 49, it's a positive number, and minus 13, I put it in that column, and those are put in the correct columns. Okay. Now from there, you add down columns. Well, there's nothing to add, I just have 13 here, and I just have 49 here. So I skip to step 3. Take the difference, subtract, okay, take the difference of the two columns. Bring smaller number under the larger. So in this case, I'm bringing 13 is a smaller one, and I'm going to bring it over. And I'm taking the difference, so I'm subtracting. So I have 9 minus 3, which is 6, and 4 minus 1, which is 3. And so I have 36, and then I'm almost done. Look at your last step, which is bring the sign down. So I look over here, and I notice it's underneath the addition symbol, so, or the positive symbol, so I bring it down. And so my answer is a positive 36, which is the same thing as just 36. So I could just box that. Okay. Now, if you didn't notice already, but you might have, this problem wasn't necessary to use a t-chart, because if you look at when we took care of our symbols here, this is just a simple subtraction problem, but you can check your work. 49 minus 13, if you do that, you are going to get 36, and that's how our column went out, okay? But for every problem, you can use a t-chart. I'm going to show you another one. I'm going to do number 15. Okay, so I'll follow the steps again. So the first thing I'm going to do is change this into subtraction. So I have -25 minus 7. And I'm going to go to my steps. So remember, step 1, set up and put your numbers in the correct columns. Now, keep in mind, the sign in front tells you which one. So for example, this is a -25 and this is a -7. Okay, so 25 goes over here, and so does the 7. Okay, so that was step 1. Going back to our list, put numbers in correct column. Now we're on step 2, add down the columns. So we look, and this time I do have 2 numbers in a column. So I'm going to add them this time. So add, and you get 32. That's step 2. Step 3, take the difference of 2 columns. Well, I don't have anything in this column to subtract, so I skip step 3. So you're on your last step, which is to bring a sign down. So go over to your columns and look. You always look up here and go straight down. So it's this symbol right here. I bring it down. And so my answer is negative 32. If you follow the steps, your symbol will always be right above your answer, and that's, you just bring it straight down. If your number was over here, it would have been positive. But since your number's over here, it's a negative answer. Okay? Just like up here, it ended up being on this side when you did your math, so it was a positive because it was straight underneath. So it's a positive. Okay, so that's number 12 and number 15, so hopefully that helps you out. Again, this is a list. I can't fit all of them on here on my screen right now, but you have them at home, okay, and you can always rewind if you want to write these down. Don't forget to do step 4. Okay, you should have started at home. I recommend highlighting it. In fact, I want you to do that because that is a really important step that is often forgotten. So make sure that you always do that step. Okay, hopefully this helps. And that's it. All right.